For the aura mod, we're going to have aerodynamic for 6 seconds aim glide duration. Then Boreal's Anguish for 60% aim glide duration and negative 75% gravity. Patagium for 90% aim glide duration. And Aero Vantage for negative 100% gravity. Now the Warframe wiki says, this has several artifacts on aerial momentum. When starting an aim glide while falling, the user will stop immediately and slightly rise, while when starting an aim glide while rising, such as from a jump, double jump, or bullet jump, the user will briefly fall before stabilizing in mid-air. Negative 175% gravity. If you have negative 125% gravity from Boreal's Anguish and Tractor Beam, you will still fall. I'll cover more on Tractor Beam in a little bit when we get to our companion, but you're going to need Aero Vantage if you want to float. Now, assuming you're going to be using one of my Arcanes Prime builds, I will go with Arcane Pistola for unlimited ammo because you're just not picking up ammo when you're in the air. And since you're going to be above enemies, it's going to be easier to get headshots, especially with the Arcanes because the rockets home in on targets. It's also a slight fire rate increase after you activate this buff. Now for the second Arcane, assuming you're using one of my Arcanes Prime builds, I would choose Arcane Precision for 300% damage on headshot. Now if you plan on Steel Path, this will make sure you don't have to double tap anything when everything else in that build is cooking. Now if you aren't planning on Steel Path, you can go Arcane Velocity for 120% fire rate on critical hit, since that is a critical build. This will also help if you don't play with a Warframe that can increase fire rate. Now you can add Stealth Drift if you want, but I wouldn't recommend it because we already have enough aim glide duration with the mods we have installed. And you're going to need all these slots open to make your Warframe stronger, especially if you're going to be playing Steel Path. For the companion, we're going to whip out our lawnmower. You don't have to have these exact parts, just make sure your shield is no lower than 343. And for the mods, we're going to use Tractor Beam for 100% aim glide duration and negative 50% gravity. The extra negative 50% gravity don't really have an additional rise effect. Reinforced Bond is going to give us an extra 60% fire rate when our companion shields are over 1200. This is why you're going to need at least 334 shields on your base stats. And we getting that extra shield from Calculated Redirection. Manifold Bond, this is going to be really helpful if you have a primal weapon equipped on your companion. It's going to apply every status effect on that weapon to every enemy hit with damage from a preset mod. This goes for buffs applied to the weapon from Warframe abilities too. Then when you kill an enemy with at least 3 status effects, it's going to cut down the cooldown timer for Whiplash Mine, our preset mod that pulls in all enemies within a 20-meter radius. The more you kill, the more this resets. Then we're going to add Prime Animal Instinct so you can see all the loot whenever it's time to land and resupply. And that enemy radar is going to help you see the enemy before they see you.
Enemy AC-130 above!
So I'm in the arcade trying to find a place to record the end screen, and this happens. Like, I'm trying to work here. Something told me to look and see if they're still looking at me. Look at them. What up? You can come speak, you know. Come on. I don't bite. There we go.